welcome to Self-Empowerment Sunday. We'll go ahead and get started standing in mountain pose today. So go ahead and firmly press your feet into the ground, engaging our cores, bringing lift in our spine. And we're going to bring our hands together at our heart center, closing our eyes or putting a soft gaze. And we'll begin to get focused on our breath here. Our inhales and our exhales. Coming into this moment in time, releasing anything that might be weighing you down so you can fully and completely be in this moment as I prepare to open our sequence today. Live your best life now. Don't talk or write about it, but simply live from day to day. Embrace every moment of your life, whether you are cooking, talking with a friend, playing with a pet. Embrace every moment, even the uncomfortable ones. Too often, we are not fully present in our bodies. We may be there physically, but our minds are off in a distant future or living in stories of the past. All we truly have is this moment. We can make it the best moment ever by giving it our full attention and squeezing every bit of joy out of it. If we let it pass by, we may wake up one day regretting the time lost. During our practice today, I invite you to meditate on any ways that you may be losing out on your best moments. By dwelling in the past or focusing on the future. And I ask you to try embracing the joys of each and every moment of your life, even challenging ones, especially as we work our way through today's powerful practice. Now go ahead and drop your hands down to your side. We're gonna just work on making some dynamic movements right here. So putting a bounce in your knees. We're just gonna bounce and move the body here. We're gonna rotate out our hips, swinging our arms. Maybe make your hands tap your hips. Swinging from side to side. We're working on waking up our body right now. Bringing in some heat, some energy. And we're just going to take about a minute here, just warming up our body before we really get into today's practice. Focus on your breath. You can flow with the breath here. Maybe inhale going on the right, exhale to the left, or vice versa. Whew. Man. All right, and when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and stop that. We're going to plant our feet facing the top edge of our mat. We're going to come into some sun salutations here. So, getting centered in your mat in mountain pose, really grounding down those feet, finding length in your spine, keeping a soft bend in your knees here. Inhale, raise your hands to the sky. We will exhale, coming down into a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step the feet back, come into a plank. For plank, we're going to exhale and drop down. Getting ready for cobra. We'll inhale to come up for baby cobra. Exhale to release back down. Inhale, flip your feet. Come up into a downward dog. Now take a moment here. You can pedal out the feet if that feels good. As we get ready to do a few more of those. So here you're going to engage your core, putting a slight bend in your knees, looking up forward. You're going to hop up to the front. And we're going to rise up. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the feet, come into plank. Exhale, dropping the belly down to the mat. Inhale, arch up for baby cobra. Inhale to tuck the toes. Exhale, send the hips back for a downward dog. Don't take too much time here. We're building up heat. So look forward, bend in the knees, hop up. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the feet, step back for your plank. Exhale, drop the belly down. Inhale, arch up for your baby cobra. Exhale, drop down. Inhale to tuck the toes. Exhale, back to downward dog. We're going to do 2 more of those. So, bend in the knees, gaze is up. We're jumping up to the front. We're going to inhale, our hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the feet, come down to plank. Inhale, drop down. Exhale, come up for baby cobra. Inhale to tuck the toes. Exhale, back to downward dog. 1 more. Look forward, bend in the knees. Hop up. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, planting the feet, coming back into plank. Inhale to drop down. Exhale, come up into baby cobra. Inhale to tuck the toes. Exhale, send the feet back, hips back for downward dog. Here, take a moment and pedal out those feet. And when you're ready, you can walk, skip, or hop your way up to the mat this time. As you get ready for our next set. So, we're going to be coming into a goddess pose flow. So, opening our legs to 90 degrees. Pointing our feet diagonal. We're going to sit back, engaging our thighs, coming down. And then we're going to inhale our hands up to goalpost arms. Take 3 breaths here to get centered. You want to make sure your knees are over your ankles, your abdominals are engaged. And then when you're ready, go ahead and drop your right forearm down to your right thigh. Raise your left hand up to the sky. Gaze is up at those fingertips. And we'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can drop that arm down to rest on your forearm, to rest on your left thigh. And raise your right arm to the sky. Gaze is up at those fingertips. 3 breath cycles here. And then go ahead and release that hand. Keeping our legs in goddess pose. We're going to interlace our fingers. And we're going to place our palms on the back of our head. We're now going to take our right elbow and try to tap our right knee. Just coming in, and then we're going to take our left elbow and try to tap our left knee. And we're going to do 6 rounds of that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. Now go ahead and straighten the legs out. Point the feet forward. We're coming into a forward fold. So inhale here, finding length in the spine. And on an exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Plant your hands on the floor in front of you. Take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, meet me back in mountain as we prepare to do that set one more time, or I think 2 more times. So from mountain, take a moment here, 2 breath cycles. And when you're ready, we're going to go ahead and open our legs out into goddess pose, pointing our feet diagonal to us. We're going to sink down in our thighs, making sure our knees are in alignment with our ankles. And then we're going to raise up our arms into goalpost arms, and we'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and drop that right forearm onto your right thigh, raising your left hand up to the sky. Gaze is up at those left fingertips, and we'll take 3 breath cycles there. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can drop that left forearm onto your left thigh. Raise your right arm into the sky. Gaze is up at your right fingertips. And we're going to take 3 breath cycles there. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and interlace your fingers, placing that on to rest on the back of your head. And we'll go ahead and start that side bend sequence. So we'll do six of them. Right elbow to right knee. Left elbow to left knee. That's 1. Right elbow to right knee. Left elbow to left knee. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. Beautiful. Now straightening out our legs, pointing our feet forward. We're going to inhale to find length in our spine here. We're going to exhale, hinging at our hips, coming into a forward fold, planting our hands onto the ground, taking 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can meet me back in mountain. We'll take 2 breath cycles here. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your legs out to a 90-degree angle, coming into goddess pose. Sinking those hips down, engaging our thighs, making sure our knees are over our ankles. We're going to inhale, lifting up our hands into goalpost arms. And we'll take 3 breaths here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and drop that right forearm onto your right thigh. Raise your right hand into the sky. Gaze is up at your left hand into the sky. Gaze is up at your left fingertips. And we'll hold for 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can release that left arm onto your left forearm, onto your left thigh. Raise your right arm into the sky. Gaze is up at your right fingertips. 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can drop that raised arm, interlace your fingers, place them behind your head, and we will then start our side bend flow. So, right elbow to right knee, left elbow to left knee. That's 1. We'll do 6. Right elbow to right knee, left elbow to left knee. That's 2. Remember to flow with your breath. We got 2 more. This is the last one. Great job. Now straightening out those legs, pointing our toes forward. We're coming into our forward fold. So inhale to find length in your spine here. And on an exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, planting your hands onto the floor. And we'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can come on up into mountain. Facing the top edge of your mat now. We're going to plant our hands onto the mat. We're coming into plank. So extend your legs out. Come up into plank pose. And we're going to hold for 15 seconds before we add on to this. Engage that muscle or that abs. Perfect. And now when you're ready, put all your weight into your right foot and bring your left knee to meet your right elbow. And hold there for 2 breath cycles. Focus on your breath. It will carry you through. Now plant that left foot back onto the mat. Take a breath here to get centered. And when you're ready, go ahead and bring your right knee to meet your left elbow. And take 2 breath cycles there. And when you're ready, plant that right foot back down on the mat. Whew. Go ahead and come back into a child's pose, resting our chest onto our upper thighs. Take 2 breath cycles here. And then we're going to set up to do that plank series again. And now, when you're ready, go ahead and plant your hands onto your mat. Come up into your plank pose. And we'll take 15 seconds here. Remember to focus on your breath. Only 10 more seconds. You've got this. All right, now, putting our weight into our right foot, we're going to bring our left knee to meet our right elbow. Hold for 2 breath cycles. You got it. You can do it. Perfect. Now release that foot back. And now, engaging your core, we're going to bring our right knee to meet our left elbow. 2 breath cycles here. And now release that leg back down on the mat. Knees back down on the mat, come into a child's pose. Take 3 breath cycles here. And then when you're ready, we got 1 more set of that. I know you can do it. So go ahead and plant your hands on your mat. Come up onto your toes, into your plank pose. We got 15 seconds here. We're building fire, building heat, feeling powerful on this July 4th day. Only 5 more seconds. You got this. Perfect. Now, put your weight into your right foot and bring your left knee to meet your right elbow. Hold for 2 breath cycles. Release that left foot. Bring your right knee to meet your left elbow. 2 breath cycles. You got it. Now release that leg and drop back into child's pose. We'll recover here with 3 breath cycles. And now, when you're ready, you can go ahead and come up into tabletop pose. So plant your hands onto your mat, come up onto your knees. We're going to go ahead and do some cat-cows here. So on an inhale, drop the belly down, gaze is up. Exhale, sucking the belly in, chin towards your chest. Flow with your breath for 5 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, we're going to do a thread the needle. So go ahead and raise your right hand up to the sky on an inhale. And then we're going to exhale, weaving it between the space between our arms and our chest to come and rest on our mat. We're going to take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can come on back up into tabletop. We'll get ready to do that on the other side. So, on an inhale, raise your left hand up to the sky. Exhale, swinging it in between the space between your right arm and your chest, coming to rest on your mat. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and come on back to tabletop, where we will repeat that 2 more times. So, inhale, raise your right hand to the sky. Exhale, threading it between your left arm and the mat. I'm going to take 3 breath cycles here. Once you've completed your breath cycles, you can come on back to tabletop as we prepare to do this on the other side. So on an inhale, raise your left hand to the sky. Exhale, threading it between your right arm and your chest, coming to rest on the mat in between there. And we'll hold for 3 breath cycles here. Now come on up to tabletop. We're going to do 1 more of those. So go ahead and inhale your right hand to the sky. Exhale, swinging it in between your left arm and your chest, coming to rest on the mat. And we'll take 3 breath cycles here. Once you've completed your breath cycles, you can come on back to tabletop as we prepare to do that on the left side for the final time. So go ahead and inhale, raising your left hand to the sky. And on an exhale, thread it in between your right arm and your chest, coming to rest on the floor in that space. And we will take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can come on back up to tabletop as we prepare to do a downward dog flow. So, tucking your back toes, we're going to exhale back into downward dog. Take a moment here to pedal out your feet. And when you're ready, go ahead and inhale your right foot up to the sky. We're coming in for a lunge. So we're going to exhale, swing our foot up to the front, placing our foot in between our hands, coming into low lunge pose. So making sure that your knee is in line with your ankle, you can go ahead and drop that back foot and relax your back leg and relax your foot. We're going to inhale here to find length in our spine. And then we're going to exhale, coming into a small back bend, gaze is up at the ceiling. Taking 3 breaths here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and lower your hands, plant them back onto your mat, tuck your back toes, and send your right leg back up into the sky, coming back into 3-legged dog. And then go ahead and release that foot back down onto your mat. You can pedal out here if that feels good. We're going to set up to do that on the other side. So go ahead and inhale, raising your left foot up to the sky. And on an exhale, swing it forward to plant it on your mat in between your hands. Make sure your knee and your ankle are in alignment. You can drop that back leg and release your toes. We're going to go ahead and inhale, coming up, raising our hands to the sky. And we're going to exhale, coming into a small back bend, gaze is up at the ceiling. And we'll take 3 breaths here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and plant your hands back down on the mat. Tuck those back toes. Bend your left leg back up into the sky, coming back into 3-legged dog. Now go ahead and plant that left foot back onto the mat, coming into downward dog. Pedal out the feet here if that feels good. We're going to do that sequence 2 more times. So when you're ready, go ahead and inhale your foot up to the sky, your right foot up to the sky. Coming into 3-legged dog. Now exhale that foot forward in between your hands, making sure your knee is in alignment with your ankle. Go ahead and release that back leg and your toes. And inhale, finding length in your spine, bringing your fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, coming into a small back bend, gaze is up at the ceiling. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. Now go ahead and plant those hands back down on your mat. Tuck your back toes. Send that right leg back up to the sky, coming into 3-legged dog. Now go ahead and plant your right foot back down onto your mat. Getting ready to get set up on the other side. So on an inhale, raise that left foot to the sky. Exhale, planting your foot in between your hands up at the top of your mat. Go ahead and release that back leg. Making sure your knee is in alignment with your ankle in the front leg. Go ahead and inhale, finding length in the spine, bringing our fingertips and our hands up to point towards the ceiling. Now we will exhale, coming into a small back bend, gaze is up at the ceiling. Take 3 breath cycles here. Now when you're ready, go ahead and plant those hands back down on the mat. Tuck your back toes. Send that left leg back up to the sky. And then go ahead and release it back down onto your mat, coming into 3-legged dog. We're going to do that one more time. So go ahead and inhale your right leg up to the sky. Exhale, coming to plant that foot on your mat in between your 2 hands. Release your back leg. And on an inhale, find length in your spine and extend your arms and fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, coming into a small back bend, gaze is up at the ceiling. Take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please go ahead and plant your hands back down onto your mat. Flip your back toes. And then just send your right foot back, coming into downward dog. From here, you can hop, skip, or jump, or walk your way up to the top of the mat. Where we will get recentered in mountain pose. We're gonna start a tree flow here. So go ahead and make sure you're really grounded down into your mat. You still have a small bend in your knee, engaging our abdominal muscle. We're coming in to tree pose. And now, when you're ready, on an inhale, please bring your hands into prayer position. And we're going to put all of our weight into our right foot, and we're going to lift up our left foot to rest on our right calf, coming into tree pose. So take 2 breaths here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and inhale, lifting your arms up to the sky, and bring that left foot up to rest on your thigh, if you can. We'll take 2 breath cycles here. And now when you're ready, open your arms so that they, like you have a beach ball in your hand. And take 2 breath cycles here. Feel how strong you can feel in your foundation. Feel like a tree here. Strong and powerful and sturdy. And now go ahead and release your hands in that foot. Coming back in to mountain pose. So planting our feet on our mat, engaging our abdominals, finding length in the spine. We're going to prepare to do that on the other side. So go ahead and put most of your weight into your left foot. And on an inhale, bring your hands up to prayer position and bring your right foot to rest on your left calf. Take 2 breath cycles here, getting centered. And when you're ready, go ahead and inhale, raising your hands up to the sky and bringing the sole of your right foot to rest on your left upper thigh. And we'll take 2 breath cycles here. And now when you're ready, please open up your arms like you're holding a beach ball. And we'll take 2 breath cycles. Feeling strong and sturdy. like a tree. And when you're ready, please go ahead and release your arms and your legs, coming back to mountain pose. Get recentered here. We're going to repeat that sequence a few more times. So get centered here, back in mountain pose, grounding those feet down into our mat, engaging our stomach muscles, finding length in our spine and a soft bend in our knees. We're going to inhale, our hands up to prayer position, and putting most of our weight into our right foot, we're going to bring our left sole of our foot to rest on our right calf. And we're going to take 2 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and inhale, lifting your arms up to the sky, and then bring your sole of your foot to rest on your thigh. And we'll take 2 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please open your hands like you're holding a beach ball. And take 2 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can release everything back down into mountain pose. As we prepare to do that one more time. So, mountain pose, grounding our feet into the mat, soft bend in our knees, engaging our abdominals, finding length in our spine. We'll inhale, our hands to prayer position, and our right sole of our foot to rest on our left calf. We'll take 2 cycles here, and then we'll move on. Once you've completed your breath cycles, please go ahead and raise your arms up to the sky and bring your right sole of your foot to rest on your thigh, your left thigh. Take 2 breath cycles here. And then when you're ready, please go ahead and open your arms like you're holding a beach ball and take 2 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and release back to mountain. We're going to do one more set of that one more time. So, engaging our right foot this time, we're going to inhale, our hands into prayer position, and bring our left sole of our foot to rest on our right calf. We'll take 2 breaths here. And then when you're ready, please inhale to reach your arms up to the sky and bring your sole of your foot to rest on your thigh. 2 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please open your arms like you're holding a beach ball. Take 2 breath cycles. And then release to mountain. One more time. Whew. All right, putting all the weight into your left foot this time. We're going to inhale, our hands to prayer position, and our right sole of our foot to rest on our left calf. We'll take 2 here. And then when you're ready, please go ahead and inhale your hands to the sky and bring your right sole of your foot to rest on your thigh. And we'll take 2 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please open your hands like you're holding a beach ball. And take 2 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can go ahead and release everything down into mountain. We're going to come into child's pose on our mat. So go ahead and come to the top edge of your mat. And go ahead and plant your knees onto your mat. Set the hips back. Inhale to find length in your spine. We're going to exhale to come forward, planting our chest onto our thighs and our head onto the mat. Hands next to us, palms up. And we're going to hold here for 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please plant your hands onto the mat so you can raise yourself up. We're going to do some fancy footwork here. So what I'd like you to do is extend that right leg out behind you. We're coming into sleeping swan here. So you're going to extend that right leg out behind you, and you're going to swing your heel over, your left heel over, so that it is resting in front of your right thigh. And then we're going to walk our hands forward, setting the chest and the head down onto the mat, where we will take 3 breath cycles. Now, once you've completed your breath cycles, please go ahead and plant your hands onto the mat. Walk them in towards your body. We're going to tuck those back toes, lift up in our leg. We're going to swing our left foot back to extend out next to our right leg. And then we're going to bring our right foot up to rest, our right ankle to rest behind our left wrist. Coming into sleeping swan on that side. We're going to walk our hands forward, and we're going to rest our head down onto the mat for 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please walk your hands back in towards your body. Tuck those back toes and send your right leg out on next to your left leg. Plant those knees down onto the mat. We're going to do that whole set over again. So go ahead and send those hips back. Setting yourself up for child pose. Bring your legs in together so that your chest can rest down onto your thighs. Hands next to your legs, palms up, face and head planted down on the mat, where you will take 3 breath cycles. Once you've completed your breath cycles, you're going to plant your hands onto the mat, bringing your chest up. We're going to extend back that right leg. We're going to swing our left foot over so that our left heel is now in front of our right thigh. We're going to untuck those toes, and then we're going to walk our hands forward, coming into sleeping swan. We'll take 3 breath cycles here. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can plant your hands onto the mat. Tuck those back toes, lifting up so you can swing your left foot back and extend it and place it next to your right leg. We're going to get ready to do that on the other side. So keeping that left foot extended back, we're going to go ahead and bring our right ankle to rest behind our left wrist. Extending out, untucking the toes on the extended foot, we're going to walk our hands forward to come and rest on the mat for 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, please plant your hands back down onto the mat. Walk them in towards your body so that you can tuck your back toes to send that right leg back to extend out onto your mat. We've now come into downward facing dog. So from here, you can hop, skip, jump, or walk your way up to the top of the mat. And from this standing position, we're going to come into yogic squat. So go ahead and extend your legs out. You want your legs to be a little more apart. Inhale, finding length in the spine, toes pointed diagonally. Inhale, finding length in the spine. We're going to exhale, coming into a squat. Breathe here for 3 breath cycles. And once you've completed your breath cycles, you can plant your hands in front of you on your mat and then extend your legs out, coming to sit on your mat. We're going to set ourselves up for a bridge pose. So go ahead and lay back on your mat, knees pointed up at the ceiling. We're going to take an inhale. We're going to exhale. And on an inhale, we're going to engage our thighs, making sure our feet are grounded into the mat. We're going to lift our hips up, where we will hold for 1 minute. Remember to focus on your breath. Let it be your guide. Let it carry you through the minute. You got about 30 more seconds. You can do it. I know you can. Now go ahead and exhale your hips back down to the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to set up for happy baby. So go ahead and inhale the soles of your feet to the sky. Exhale to reach up and grab the soles of your feet with your hands. And we're going to hold here for 1 minute. You can rock back and forth if that feels good for you here, or you can stay still, whatever your body needs at this moment. Remember to focus on your breath. Your inhales and our exhales. We only have about 30 more seconds here. You can do it. You guys are looking great. All right, now when you're ready, you can go ahead and release those legs back down onto the mat. We're going to do that set a couple more times. So, keeping our knees pointed up to the sky and our feet planted into the mat. We're going to plant our hands into the mat as well, and then we're going to inhale and lift our hips to the sky, where we'll hold for 1 minute. Focusing on our breath, remaining grounded in this moment, feeling strong and powerful after this practice. We're almost done. We're coming down. You guys did great. We'll take about 30 more seconds here before we go into our happy baby. Great job. Please go ahead and exhale, releasing those hips back down onto the mat. Take a moment here to get resettled. And when you're ready, please inhale the soles of your feet to the sky. And then please bring your hands up to grab the soles of your feet. And we'll hold for 1 minute. Again, you can rock back and forth if that feels good for you here, or you can remain still if stillness is what your body needs. Listen to your body, always. It will always tell you what it needs. We got about 30 more seconds here before we do this set one more time. Now go ahead and exhale, releasing everything down onto the mat, keeping our knees pointed to the ceiling by planting our feet onto the mat. Making sure our feet are ground into the mat and our hands are grounded into the mat. On an inhale, we're going to lift our hips up, where we'll hold for 1 minute. We've got about 30 more seconds left before we move into our last happy baby before Shavasana. Maybe push yourself by trying to bring your hips up a little more in these last 10 seconds. Or not. Whatever feels good for you here. And now on an exhale, please release those hips back down onto the mat. Getting set up for our happy baby. And now When you're ready, please inhale the soles of your feet to the sky and bring your hands up to grasp the soles of your feet. And we'll hold for 1 minute. We got about 30 more seconds left. When you're ready, please go ahead and release everything down onto the mat, extending your legs out, opening them wider than the mat if that feels good. We're preparing for Shavasana, so anything that can make you feel comfortable while we're lying in this position would be great right now. Hands beside us, palms up, welcoming the world in this moment. Closing our eyes or bringing a soft gaze to them. We'll come back to here. Our inhales and our exhales. Feeling supported by our mat. As you begin to get settled into Shavasana, allow your body to be at ease and to spread like a beautiful quilt. Empty your muscular tension. Feel the weight of your bones heavy. Feel your organs sink to the back of your body, slowing down. As if you were autumn leaves falling, feel yourself floating downward, earthbound, rooting of the body. And now, when you're ready, please come back into your body by wiggling your hands and feet. And please join me in a cross-legged position on your mat as we end today's practice. Putting our hands into prayer position, bowing our heads and closing our eyes. Thank yourself for showing up today, for remaining mindfully present in the moment, for staying grounded and focused on yourself and your body. Your body thanks you also. And as we end today's practice, I offer you one last thing, a mantra for peace, harmony, and happiness. Unto heaven, may there be peace. Peace in the skies and peace on earth. May all the waters and the plants know peace. May the great trees of the forest and the universe know peace. May there be peace, happiness, and wholeness for all. Om Shanti 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 Om. I hope today's session has brought you peace, love, and happiness. Thank you for allowing me to practice with you today. Namaste.